Hi, welcome to Boscam Racing FPV. Today's pretty cool. I just got in my RC732-DVR. It's a 7-inch LCD. We're going to use this for FPV, the first person view. This is actually going to be used for our Cessna 152, but because I have my goggles or nothing yet, they haven't come, so I'm going to put this on the quadcopter and play with it that way. But what we have to do today is, because I'm going to change out the big Flysky I-10 from Flysky, the radio receiver. We're going to change that out with the new one that I just got from Value Hobbies in Addison, Illinois. It's the Flysky I-6 channel, because that's all this needs, and it's much smaller and it weighs less because this baby's heavy. And if you see, here's the mods that I showed on the earlier video about the Vengeance and the things that I've done. And so this is a couple things that I've done already. And we picked up from Value Hobby 2, we picked up these 5.8 gigahertz circular polarized antennas. So we're going to put that on because they match. They're not going to be the ones that we're actually going to use for racing. We're waiting for our IB crazy ones, right? Okay. So, and we're going to use it through our Flysky. So we're going to learn how to bind this together. And then we are going to hook up the Vengeance with the camera, and we're going to fire that up for the first time. I usually don't do any box openings, and I don't want to because everybody does a box opening. But when I was looking on to research this camera, I noticed that like the people that did a review, they didn't even like talk. They were just showing their hands and pictures. So let's just talk about it, and we'll learn about it quick too. It's really cool. It was very cheap, $110 at Value Hobbies in Addison. This is my own memory card because it has DVR and it'll memory. It has to be at least a 2 gig SD card, or as large as 32. So that we'll put in there so that we can DVR. That'll be pretty cool. We have our manuals out because we're going to need it. We're going to have it for the Vengeance for the camera because it comes with the receiver, the transmitter. This is the wireless receiver DVR manual. I just picked it up offline. We'll have the little click to a link so you could print it up, and it's pretty good manual. It's pretty detailed and it's all in English. So, and that is for our monitor. And then we got our Flysky manual here so that we'll do the binding together. Okay, so let's get ready. Okay, so here we go. We got the Flysky I-6 out. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this off because I actually had a little bit of a frontal crash and this popped off with the rubber boots, and I stupidly attached the antennas here, really cool looking, thinking I'd get it away from here, but when this ripped off it took the antennas with it. I wasn't thinking we'll smoke another one. I already put the Velcro on there. It's really cool. It's much smaller, so I'm going to put it right here. I go back a little bit more, but the slot doesn't go that far, so we're just going to attach it right here. And give it a little push. I get that from the little tollway there. So the antennas are basically going to go and get routed directly down through here, but we're not going to go through all that in the video. And that's probably going to be a little tight on her. So we're going to probably, so we don't want to really strain it. So it's going to be like that, and we'll strap it in, okay? So just in case if you guys can get that up there. So we're going to unplug these and we're going to attach them. Well, we got to bind it, so we could just get all this stuff unplugged now. And we got our directions out, and when we bind it with the Vengeance, we're just going to plug it in here because we don't have an on and off switch. And here's our binding plug right here. So there we go. It's really cool because when the Flysky opens up, if you watch the video here, sounds like a jet plane going by. Okay, open the menu, and we're going to go to the RX setup. And let's get our little pointer out there, setting. And we're going to go all the way over to the back to the RX setup for the receiver. And we don't want PPM out because I'm not doing it on this. Not yet. I like the gimbal on the camera right now. Alright, so we're going to go with bind with the receiver. And it says, this will enter the bind receiver mode. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, bind receiver mode active. Press the back button to exit. So over here we're going to insert the bind cable into the power supply channel, and that is going to be right here. So we're just going to put that in right there. Okay, if you can see that, I should just get the strap out so it's not in the way here. Okay, so we got the bind strap in there in our Flysky. Okay, and then we're going to hook up the power, connected to any of the channels from 1 through 10. Well, this is where we're going to get our power at. So what I'd like to do is have this plugged in already. That way there's no arcing or any sudden jolts, but the computer should take care of that. Here we go. Then we're going to hear this beep because it's going to get active and want to do what it's going to want to do. Okay, here we go. So we have a red flashing light. The receiver LED will flash at this time. The transmitter will exit the bind mode. And it looks like it ended the bind mode. It exited. The red light is flashing. Okay, we have successfully mounted the bind mode. Pull off the bind cable and restart the receiver. So now what we're going to do is, if we want to, we could just hook up a servo and see what's up. But let's hook up what we got here and see if everything works as follows. I sure hope so. I'm really liking the Flysky, especially when you get it so cheap. Seems to be working well. Okay, number 3. Yeah, the Vengeance, if you didn't watch the Vengeance review that I did and all this stuff, the gimbal bearing isn't supported by PPM. So for right now, for my uses, it works better the way it's going on standard. Okay. Getting that in there. 4. Bear with me if I'm a little slow. I've been up for a long time, probably about 22 hours. Okay. Okay. So if we plug it in, hopefully everything will work. I pray to the man Jesus, God himself. Okay, we bound it, and then now we're gonna check it. Obviously, here was the old one that we took out. Let's see. Looks like our different modes are working. Our camera. Oh, we just need to zero it up here. There we go. Okay, so that seems to be working. Let's see if we can arm it. It's armed, throttle. Looks good. Okay, great. Let's disarm it. And it disarms. Perfect. Okay, so our binding went good. We'll unplug it, and then let's get to the exciting part of what I was talking about in the very beginning. Is getting the FPV receiver going, or the LCD screen. So we're done with this, and here we go. This is the SD card. There's our mushrooms, because we're going to use the screen off of our Vengeance. Okay, so here's the box, huh? Okay, open it up. Here's the pouch. There's a pouch thing. Looks like, oh yeah, this holds it, I guess. Little directions. Yeah, the directions. This one's in English and Spanish. There's a little frequency card there for you, but they have it here on the English manual, and it's not like both different languages. It's just all pretty much in English, except for when you get little spots like that. Okay, so there we go. Here we got our card. There it is. Sorry if I'm going fast, but you know, just trying to make it quick. We do not need the bind cable or this anymore. Okay, so hopefully we got a good shot up there, huh? So let's see what it looks like really quick. Like I said before, oh, we got a little clean cloth at least. Alright, cool. Alright, looks like the 110 power cable, huh? Let's rip that apart real fast. So, okay. excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going practicing for the Bosch Racing. I'm going to practice with the drone. I'll try out the camera there. I'll bring footage for that too. We'll try it now and we'll record on DVR and we'll post some of that footage. That'll be really cool. You guys see a bunch of guys practicing for racing and stuff. Okay, so this is the battery. We want to follow their little directions here, and oddly enough, it's 220 right there, huh? But oh, it comes with a little converter. Here's, because this is a 220 plug for Europe, and then here's our converter. There's a converter for us, so we'll just plug that in there. That way we're ready to go with that. Okay, here's the AV cord that they spoke of. And then here's the RCA cables. Here we go. I save these sometimes. They use them as a wire loop with a wire tie is really too big. Alright, I hope I'm talking loud enough because that's another problem I know is either people aren't talking. So these are great if we're just going to try them and play with them. We'll put them on one side and then I want to match these two just to see really how well these work. These I believe were $7.90, so they were like less than $8, and here they are. These are the antennas we're going to use with it. Okay, I don't think there was any directions with them, so we're just going to get that out of the box and get rid of it. We don't have it. I will throw that to the camera lady, girl, my wonderful daughter. Here she goes. Bye. Oh, good catch. They all know how to play baseball. Cubs love her, if you haven't noticed. Okay, so here's your little ducky antennas. Everybody's, we get rid of them. Well, it might be good for the backyard, but, or an emergency, right? Here's a USB cord. So no, I mean, like with the Vengeance, when they send you the radio cord, or the cord with the Vengeance, you got to use that one. It's a data cord. It's got more cables hooked up in it. It's more for data transfer, not just only a couple wires for charging. I'm just going to keep telling people that because that was a mistake I made and it caused a problem where it wiped out my Clean Flight software from Vengeance, and that was a trip to get back. Okay, so there's our USB cord. This is a little power adapter cord of some sort. This is their DC, another type of DC cord, but we have one here. I don't know what the we'll figure it out, I guess. Unless it's for another TV. Okay, so here we go, and we got the let's put the screen out of there. It's got a protective plastic on it, and in the other video I'll show you how we're gonna put a Gorilla screen on it, glass, or we can just put a regular touch screen protector. So we have up here, if you can see it, the RF2 antenna, ton screw, and the RF1. Okay, let's get rid of our box. Put that over there. This is obviously the shade screen, so we're going to leave that on. I'll leave the protective cover on until I'm ready to really go nuts on it. Here's the SD card for it. I'm not going to put it in until we're ready to go. I'm putting it in. So let's put the one antenna on. We're going to put it on RF1. Just hand screw that in there. You don't have to torque it in super tight. Good hand screw it in there. And then I'm not going to have another one for this. And then we're going to put this one over here. We'll just put the duck antenna on that one. I guess I could put this one over here, but why? Okay, there we go. Duck antenna is going to go on. Now the manual, from what I know when it was printed. So yeah, like we talked about, RF1, RF2, and then here's for RF1 out, RF2 out, so we can have two different signals coming in and have two different screens, and then AV in, our USB here, and DC in 7.4 volts to 2. So basically what we're going to want to do because we're not going to need to use these. We're not going to need these. We're going straight to it. So we'll just take those out of the equation. I'll leave them here because people want to stare at what was in it. I don't know. This was what came with the vengeance. Okay, I'm going to plug this in to the power card. I'm going to put the memory card in. This is ours. It doesn't come with it. It requires at least 2 gig. I just happen to have this from other stuff, and I'm just putting a 4 gig in there. There we go. Seems to be in all the way. It's unlocked. So here's the SD slot. We're going to put that in right there. If I can just get it to go in. There we go. And, oh, and it made a nice click noise when it went in too. Probably clicks to get out. Okay, so we had that in. Let's just plug this up with some power. And let's turn the power on the unit. Okay, there we go. Sorry, you got to hold the button in there. See? Didn't say that. Okay, well, we got nothing but static right at the moment, but let's see what we got to play with. The menu. Okay, too bad it ain't a touchscreen. That would be really awesome. Okay, the version that we have is version 1.104. Now, on Banggood, I noticed their website right there at it, they stopped shipping them, and because something happened with the new version that was making the screens not work, and so they're in the process with the manufacturer, it says, of fixing that. So let's LCD full screen. Okay, on. Okay, and LCD brightness. I think it's bright enough. Let's just see what the different brightnesses are. That's pretty bright. And oh, let's see what the lowest is, and then we got what the highest is. Okay, so there's the lowest, but let's go crank it up. All right, it looks pretty bright. Hopefully it looks good on you. LCD full screen we did, and the version, the loop record. Okay, let's on that. Oh, date stamp. I want date stamp on. Memory info. Okay, we got 97.5 megabytes of free space available. So that's a good thing. Got plenty. Format. I guess there was nothing on there. Well, there is, because I guess my daughter said it was from her phone. And there's English. Looks like Chinese, Japanese, Dutch, French. What else we got? And there we go. We go with the old English. And battery type. Somehow I flied right through that. Oh, because I don't have it hooked up. Oh, there we go. Beeping on. I like that. TV standard. Nope. NTSC. Now, NTSC is what we use in North America. That's like, you know, basic security cam. It's 30 frames per second. If you use PAL, that's in Europe, and it's less. It's like 15 frames per second. So when you order a little miniature camera or something like that, and you got a choice, make sure you order NTSC. And there we go. We select that. It's okay. Battery type. Obviously, see, now it's telling me the battery's low, but I don't have it hooked up for that. And I could have it low because it's not sensing it. So we're going to ignore it, which is pretty cool. I like how that's going to give us that. Okay, I think there is no more after that. Then we go back to the back screen, and then we're just going to hit menu. And there we go, we're back. So let's get the stylus out from the Flysky. That thing's awesome. You guys got to get one. So, and I know Hobbytown in St. Charles, that guy carries them. He's pretty cool. So let's see. Okay, so see, there's our memory card. Hopefully everybody can see this. It's at 99%. How many minutes? Our signal strength here, or whatever we're getting. Our time, our date. We're going to have to obviously change the date. and how many voltage, but we're not running the battery, so we're okay. So let's go into the menu and date stamp on, but I want to, oh, there we go. I passed right past that. Okay. We're on the good 16. And we're on the 1st. And what day is it since I work a goofy shift? What's the day? The 27th? Yeah, it's the 27th. Cool. Like we're almost into February. Boating season's gonna come on. Get to play with the boat. Hey, so like if you guys get a chance, go to my YouTube page where I built, I took a 24-foot Wellcraft and I, sorry, I'm missing the number. And I totally restored it and rebuilt it to a Chicago Cubs boat. So check it out. It's all one word, Our Cubs Boat. And that's a YouTube, and you'll see a slideshow of it, the before and after. Okay, that looks good. Okay. And what might be the time? It is, what time is it, Michelle?
I'm sure.
9:41, almost time to go to work, people. Okay. Okay, we're in. So now I gotten us the complete date and time, and you've seen that, huh? Okay, we're all good. So we're gonna go back to the menu there and get that back on. Now, what we're gonna do now is let's turn on the quadcopter, get the radio on. Turn the quadcopter on, let's see if we get anything exciting happens. Okay, we shall plug in the battery. And then there's a button on it, we're going to need that from the Vengeance. And let's see. Push the button for more than 2 seconds to change the band. 1,000, 2,000.
Do you want this to play?
There we go. Okay, so I had to tune the receiver here into it, and for the Vengeance or the transmitter, and I had to hold it for 2 seconds to change the band. So I've changed the band now, and we're all good there. Let's see. We do have a picture. Looks a little okay. I'm shooting into a dark corner over there. Let's go over here. Look at something somewhat exciting. And we'll rotate the camera. The camera's a little steppy there. We do have our on-screen display going on up there. It says stable mode, which that's what I am in. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, let's change the channel and see if we find anything different. Okay, well that one looks kind of yucky, huh? That one's really bad. That one's gone. Channel 7's in there. That looks pretty good too. I like channel 7. 8, nothing. There's 1, 2. 2 has a couple. Okay, let's go to 7 again. Okay. That just happens to be my alarm to let me know that it's time to go to work and go work for the man. So my daughter will change that, turn that off, and that'll be a funny, huh, on a blooper screen. Okay, so hopefully you're going to be able to see the screen. The copter, it flies around. Check out the shop. Oh, look at the cubby. Yeah, I like it. So far so good. It looks like our on-screen OSD is working with our telemetry. Let's see, we're going to go up, up. So when we fly forward, with the Vengeance, like this, we can rotate the camera either automatically, or I could pitch the camera as I wish with the knob. So let's, if you get a good shot there, let's see if we can arm it. Okay, we are armed, and there we go. We're giving it some power to the motor. Okay, that looks pretty good. So far so good. We'll take it out for a flight and see how it goes. Oh look, and there's our trip distance and everything, how much distance, our altitude, our flying time, amps drained, max. And I think then when we exit, there we go, we exited it out. And then there's different things that we'll show with the Vengeance that we do at this. Darker as it goes on that angle. And this angle, oh, it's great. This angle is great. I could go all the way to the side. The picture is very, very clear. The top way too. But when I go this way, it starts to darken. They should have done something, because this way is crystal clear, even at this angle. It actually gets better, but here it darkens. It could be because of the screen protector, but I got it. Okay, so there we go. It looks pretty good. And basically what these are going to be is for video outs and stuff. You want to plug this into another TV going over there so you got more people watching, that's great. Face protector like this might work pretty good. We'll see. I don't want to have to put any of that other stuff in there though. So let me flip this in there. Unfortunately though, I'll lose it with the camera cord. Well, that's what I'm going to do. Unplug it, because it's got a battery and it's charging. So hold this like this and go walk upstairs. I want to see when it gets shitty, because going through walls and stuff. That's where the IB Crazy Whip's going to be great. So far, okay. Go through the kitchen. It's okay. Oh, the light came on. That was good. Pretty dark, though. It comes out pretty good in the dark. Yeah, that looks good. It's not too flickery. With a good antenna, man, that'll be really nice. Okay. That's good, baby. Come on down. How I've seen it in the online from what they showed. Okay. Oh, just to let you know on some of the stuff, you know, it's 720 by 480. It's 32 channels. It's 90 dBm for the RX sensitivity. The PAL is 720 by 576. The power source 7 by 28 volts. For the battery, built-in it's got a built-in 7.4 volt 200 or 2800 metal hydride or milliamp large capacity lithium polymer battery. So that works pretty good. When it's done charging, you know, the light turns green. Looks good. If you got any questions about it though, shoot me a little text and stuff, you know. And it's got auto on and off. It's got a lot of toys. We'll talk about it more, especially when you guys watch other videos, and you'll get to see it in race times. Alright, so here you go. This is what it looks like. You guys up there in this. I think the picture looks pretty good. We're going to see how stable it is with bouncing it around though. You're getting crazy. And I can't wait though, because when we get our antennas from IB Crazy. No, I'm just kidding. Had to make fun of him. You know, we'll see how those antennas work out. So, and that will probably be even much better picture, because he makes some damn good ones from what I understand. Okay, people. So, hey, thanks for watching, and like us, and subscribe, and, you know, hey, help me get to the race, you know.